Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sergeant Piedrahita Cristian from Colombia and belong to the Deminer International Center. Let me please introduce for you in a best way. My name is 0R5 Cristian David Piedrahita, Second Sergeant. I am 32 years old. My email address is gathor2@hotmail.com. My phone number is +57 321 842 1007. My academic and military information is in humanitarian demining and military demining. I have an interinstitutional explosives course. My military experience, like non-commissioned officer, is for 14 years, and in humanitarian demining for 3 years. It's an honor for me to be your instructor about the tactics, techniques, and procedures of the EXDE Delta. The duration is 8 hours. The program is virtual theoretical, and the objective is identify the tactics, techniques, and procedures of the EXDE Delta teams on military demining according to the law 0359 of the 2015. Our agenda is related with the mission of the EXDE Delta teams, organization and functions, capabilities, limitations, technical equipment, and the basic explosive charge, guide of the procedure for EXDE Delta group, and finally, explosive devices destruction. Our assessment system is with one exposition during more than 5 or 10 minutes maximum. We have 2 final tests divided in 2 modules that are divided the subject for a total of 100%. Our glossary of acronyms are EXDE Delta, Explosive Devices Handling Team, EKS, Equipment Against Explosive Devices, APM, Anti-Personnel Mine, AXO, Abandoned Explosive Ordnance, UXO, Unexplored Ordnance, ERW, Explosive Remnant of War, HE, High Explosive, IEG, Improvised Explosive Device, and NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The first topic is the mission of the EXDE Delta teams. Your mission is carry out tasks of neutralization and or destruction of explosive devices like APM, IEGs, UXOs, and AXOs in special situations. For example, in situation of affecting strategic assets, in military operation areas of vital rural areas. Organization and functions of EXDE Delta teams. Their composition is 2 non-commissioned officers and 7 privates. EXDE Delta composition for 1 non-commissioned officer, your rank may be corporal, first corporal, second corporal, and your function is team commander and electronic countermeasures operator. Other non-commissioned officer do part or make part of this important group. This is expert in localization and neutralization of IEGs. 2 privates, experts in operation with metal detectors, identification and marking. 2 privates, experts in the conduction of the procedure with canines. 2 privates, experts in electronic countermeasures and clearance assistance of the team commander. And finally, 1 private, nurse of first aid. Knowledge of equipment for the EXDE Delta team. The technical material are 9 vests against fermentation for each one, 9 helmets for each one too, 9 glasses against fermentation, 1 metal detector, 1 equipment against explosive devices, 1 global positioning system, GPS or compass, 1 video camera, 1 positioning, 1 night vision goggles, AVL. Two units of kits for explosivists, 1 UHF and VHF transmitter, 9 cellular signal blocker of 5 watts, 1 cellular signal blocker of 100 watts, 1 first aid kit, 1 circuit detector, 1 cables detector, and 1 bond suit for AOG. This is the basic explosive charge for the EXDE Delta. 40 directed horror blows, 100 in electric detonators, 20 electric detonators, 80 meters of the safety core or safety fuse, 15 units of pentolite of reference 1/4 kilogram, 15 units of pentolite 1/8 kilograms, 300 meters of detonant core of the reference 6 grams, 500 meters of the detonant core of the reference 12 grams, 5 units of mini Bangalore kits or 5 kits of Bangalore, 2 packages of ANFO in a weight of 50 kilograms. This is the guide for the procedure EXDE Delta. In the first place, we have the climate and terrain analysis. The next one is the recognition, maybe air recognition. The next one is perimeter security. The following is use of electronic countermeasures. And the next is use of EXDE techniques, like the EXDE groups. The next one is mirroring point. The following is gap opening or blast mesh. The next one is the marcation of the area to be clear. And finally, we need delivery of the cleared area to the technical staff in charge of repairing the affected structure. The capabilities for the EXDE Delta team are locate and destroy explosive devices in rural areas. It is similar to the procedure of the EXDE group, because this group doesn't have the robot and the special equipment, the special suitcase, and the special suits, like the Marte groups. The Marte groups in Colombia are groups more advanced for procedures in urban level, in urban areas. So the path opening between mine areas is important when we need to locate and destroy explosive devices. The other capabilities advises the commander of the maneuvering unit in making decisions in situations of threats with explosive devices. Supports maneuvering units in demolitions, carry out the clearance of the affected structure and around it, electrical towers, pipelines, railways, roads with non-nervy population. The next one is destruction of EXOs and UXOs. The following is destruction of explosive substances found in clandestine stores or warehouses. The next one is carry out mobility and counter mobility work with the use of explosives. The next one is clearance of polygons or artillery practice areas with the compliance of the IMAS 9:30 for EOGs. The next one is applies IMAS 8:10, referring to non-technical survey, IMAS 8:20, referring to the technical survey, and IMAS 8:30 related with the post-clearance documentation, and the IMAS 8:40 related with the marking of danger for mines and unexplored ordnance, UXOs and AXOs. The next one is applies IMAS, the mining and USOs and AUSOs. Compliance of IMAS 9:10, period 11, period 20, period 50 about the mechanical demining. This group has limitations too. They don't deactivate explosives because in Colombia it's provided deactivate and manipulate explosive devices because exists the imminent risk of accidents or incidents, and these groups no account with the special equipment like robots. And the terrain in Colombia is very difficult access, and is very broken. So after that, they perform procedures at the urban level, because the EXDE Delta group not account with vehicles equipped with elements or equipment advanced for these procedures in urban levels. These vehicles are capable to deactivate signals for cell phones or for vehicle alarms. After that, they serve as a maneuver group on the battlefield. In the battlefield, this group no act like a maneuver, because this group are into the platoon or into the troop, but not act like a maneuver. Only is for procedures related with the explosive devices. After that, they don't perform procedures at night or in poor visibility because it's very, very dangerous. Other limitation is perform procedures with limited time. Other limitation for them is it cannot operate if the EXDE equipment is not complete or if your personnel and equipment cannot be segregated. The other way, in the case that the personnel is not complete, it cannot operate. Other limitation is special demolitions and destructions of ammunition greater than 105 millimeters. The other limitation is works involving NBQR elements, NBQR procedures with nuclear, biological, chemical, and radiological elements. Other limitation is carry-out procedures in cases of vehicles loaded with explosives, since they do not have the robot. For these events, the Marte group will be used. Procedures in structures. These procedures is after the procedures of localization and searching of explosive devices. So the destruction is after that. The first step is air recognition. It must be performed by an explosives technician who will develop the procedure, making a video or photographic shots for planning. Possible entry routes of explosives technicians staff for air or grounding. Location of the personnel for the security point, at least it must be at a distance of 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. The perimetrical security may ensure the place of insertion and arrival of explosive technicians personnel in a distance of 800 meters or 1 kilometer in line of sight with the tower or the structure that are affected. It should be established in the upper reaches and in the sectors where it is presumed that may be the terrorist watcher's target. Personal protection. This is the personal protection for each one of the members of this group. The cellular signal blockers of 5 watts are used. Activation of electronic countermeasures. Through the equipment able to block signals sent for cell phones in the rural areas. And in the right part of your screens, we have the signal blocker of 100 watts. The signal blocker in the left part of your screens is of 5 watts. Electronic countermeasures. Use of the VHF and UHF frequency activator remotely and in direct line of sight with the affected tower or structure for a period of 72 hours continuous. Opening gaps before in the left part of your screens and after in the right part of the your screens. opening gaps or trails with explosives, with Bangalore mini kits, and after the opening gaps, opening paths, opening trails. After that, it's necessary to do a manual cleaning of the gap with tools, with common tools. In any cases, we need to use explosive mesh with detonant current. This is a procedure around the tower in the Northern Antioquia department, like this called some states in some countries. In Colombia, it is called departments. Manual land remotion after procedure. Clears land similar to the humanitarian demining. Around the tower, we put the tape of danger for no entrance, no cross the population, the civilian personnel or military personnel into the clearance land, into the procedure performed for the EXDE Delta team. And this is finally the delivery of the tower to the repair staff, to the maintenance staff. This is an example with a helicopter destroyer by the illegal groups in Colombia, like FARC and ELN. General recommendations. Security in the tower clearer to prevent an entry again of the terrorists or include the civilian people or military people. Permanent use of the frequency activator and 100 watts signal blocker in the tower. Movements from the camp to the tower must be with a 5-watt cellular signal blocker for the integrity of the old person. This is an example of one procedure in pipeline infrastructure or oil infrastructure. This is before inspection with the canine, with the metal detector of the advanced road. And this is the way that the illegal groups attack this structure. In this case, the illegal group put a explosive charge below to the pipeline, and in this case, the EXDE Delta group make a decision to remove with the CAES this artifact with the objective that don't affect in a totality of the pipeline of this structure, because the damage may be or will be more big. For the reason it was used the CAES to try to remove this artifact below to the pipelines. And those are the works after of inspection, after our procedure and review of for the EXDE Delta team. The trees burned for the explosion, for cause of the terrorist attack. At this part, we saw the general functions and the general work for the EXDE Delta in Colombia. After that, we will have the opportunity to know what is the elements and components that are used for this group in Colombia, and like the signal blocker of 100 watts and signal blocker of 5 watts and frequency activated equipment. So at this part, thank you very much for your attention. The questions can write through the group chat and the WhatsApp chat for me. Thank you very much.